Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Imani Shamsuddin.
And I'm Tirza Sprigella. Well, let's get into it.
The Smith Career Center pre-registration listed 172 employers completely packing the Renaissance Coliseum and looking to recruit for the summer or to fill spots last minute for this spring. Some students felt a lot of companies were relevant to their studies. Students in more specific areas of study, however, felt they had more of a challenge. For students who missed the opportunity, there are only 6 more months until the changing leaves bring back another job fair in the fall.
In recent news, the play Silent Sky is coming out this week. We went to the Hartman Center to take a look behind the scenes.
The Silent Sky, made by Lauren Gunderson, is premiering tomorrow night. As production and rehearsals were in progress, I met a talented man who directed this play and wanted to know more about it.
So Silent Sky is about Henrietta Leavitt, who is one of the first female astronomers. She was working in a time in the early 1900s when women weren't really a part of the astronomical community or weren't really working with astronomy.
He definitely knows a lot about this historical figure, but what does he know about being a director himself? What's the process that he goes through to oversee this play's completion behind the scenes?
I sat down with my scenic designer, my lighting designer, sound design, props, everyone that's a part of designing the show, and we really talked about what was important to us from the script and what was important for us as far as the story that we're going to tell.
As the show comes in closer, we'll surely be looking forward to the hard work he's put in for this play. Yet, he's not the only one we should acknowledge during the play. The lead actor herself has more to say on playing Henrietta Leavitt.
She discovered the Cepheid variables and how she wasn't given credit for her work or allowed to work on it more in depth because she was a woman of the time period. So Henrietta in the show suffers from an illness. She also has, she's deaf in one ear, so I had to go pretty in depth on like how those illnesses occurred, how they debilitated her work, all of those kind of different aspects on it. So it was a lot of outside rehearsal work.
Remember, folks, Silent Sky premieres tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. along with Friday and Saturday, while Sunday showings are at 2 p.m. The last showing will be on March 10th, and tickets are on sale, so don't miss out. For BUTV News, I'm Joshua Blake.
See you there! The 15th Annual Bradley Jazz Festival took place Tuesday, February 26th at the Bradley University Student Center. The festival this year featured 15 different high school bands with guest artists Wayne Bergeron and clinicians Tim Mark, John Cooper, and Dan Dirk. The 15 different high school bands performed throughout the day starting at 8 p.m. At 7:30, Bradley, the Groove Project played, and then the Bradley Jazz Band featured. Wayne Bergeron played. The next Bradley Music Department event takes place March 2nd at the Dingledine Music Center.
Last Thursday, the Bradley Chorale held a talent show to help fund their 2020 trip to the capital of the Czech Republic, Prague. The performers encouraged the audience to interact for certain segments, asking audience members to tell them what style to sing in or to conduct the speed of their songs. While one would expect it to be like any other concert, members of the chorale and a few special guests did more than sing. The performers showed off their hidden talents, including cooking, making balloon animals, and stand-up comedy. All of that paired with their musical talent and long writing skills led to a fun night that left the audience wanting more. Bradley's Black Student Alliance hosted their Black Excellence Ball this Saturday. This is their 4th annual celebration. The event included more than just dancing, musical performances by students, a dinner, and a show by a comedian, Chase Anthony, and a live DJ all joined the celebration. Sophomore marketing major Charles Meyer is the president of the BSA. He stressed the importance of events like these on Bradley's campus.
The Black Student Alliance Black Excellence Ball is basically a way for all the students of different cultures, not only African Americans, but specifically African Americans, to come and celebrate our culture, you know, with food, the music, the environment, the different colors that are up. It's a way to, you know, honor our culture and celebrate
The Black Excellence Ball is one of many events Black Student Alliance hosts. Earlier this month, they hosted the Black Student Summit with the Office of Diversity and Inclusion as part of the Black History Month celebration.
If you've ever seen the service dogs around campus and wondered where they come from, then wonder no more. We sent our reporter Matthew Kerr off to find out more.
Wags for Mags is a student-led organization at Bradley University that has teamed up with Paws Giving Independence to train service dogs to assist those with disabilities. The program focuses on getting Bradley student volunteers, fundraising, and dog training.
So I'm a student trainer, which means that I can have the dog with me, take him to class, take him to the library, the dining halls, anywhere I go, she goes.
So I'm a student trainer for Wags for Megs, but I just started, so right now I'm working towards getting my public access, which just means that I would be able to have a dog during class. So as of right now I can't, but I'm working to get there.
Students who are selected must complete 25 hours of training at Bradley University. They must also complete an animal care workshop and have at least 3 successful home passes with a potential service dog. The meetings are where students will learn the basics of training a dog.
The basic stuff is just like sit, down, stay, and then we teach them skills to help someone who has disabilities or to kind of aid the other person so they're like an extension to that person.
If you would like to get involved but can't foster a dog in your current situation, Wags for Mags is always looking for volunteers to help with training classes. Every volunteer has their own story.
At the activities fair at Welcome Week, I signed up and I got emails, and then if you keep coming to WAGS classes and you show like support and that you are good with what you're doing with training the dogs and everything, then they picked student trainers, so I was excited to be picked as one of those.
Please contact bradley.wagsformags@gmail.com if you would like to be a part of this organization. You never know, you may just meet your new best friend.
My favorite part about Wags for Megs is being able to see dogs all the time and hang out with dogs, because why not? They're dogs.
My favorite thing is seeing the dogs grow in their skills and then eventually moving on with their recipient. That recipient can live a better life.
Paws Giving Independence is run completely on public donations. That is why they need your help to keep the program running. Many of the dogs are rescued from shelters, but they need your support to pay for everyday care. You can make a donation at their website, givingindependence.org/wagsformags. Reporting for BUTV News, I'm Matthew Karoff.
Well, that's it for the news, and up next we will have Keegan Burkhart on weather.
And Misa Nagase will shed light on what's new in entertainment. Hope to see you there.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, sun, wake the sun.
All right, Keegan, so it's still cold outside. I'm still freezing every time I go to class.
Yeah.
Anything new?
When is it going to
Yeah,
change?
it's, you know what, it's still bitter cold. And you know what, I'm bitter as well. So if you thought that it was going to start, you know, getting warmer because March is coming up and it's supposed to be spring, you know, like any other normal person, well, joke's on you, and you're wrong. Because we live in Illinois, we live in the Midwest, and it is still going to be cold. So let's go ahead and look at the radar here. I don't know about you guys, but we are in the clear right now, but you never know, that can always change. So if you look over there in Nebraska and Colorado, they have a little bit of storms going on, and that is actually going to be heading us that is actually going to be heading over to us soon this coming up weekend. If you look at our temperature map as well, you can just see all of that blue and the cold numbers, even some getting low and the single digits there as well. It's 7 degrees over in Iowa. We're right at the freezing mark between 28, 26. And it is warm down there in Kentucky. So if you guys are starting to head south for spring break in a couple weeks, maybe head somewhere down over there. And Colorado is in the green as usual. So if you look at our 5-day forecast as well, you can see that the sun will not be coming out tomorrow or Friday or Saturday or Sunday, but maybe on Monday it'll come out and take a little sneak peek here. It is supposed to, yep, you're right. It's snowing on Sunday. Wow, that's great. That's so exciting. I love it when it snows in March. And it will be -1 as the low. So, sorry I didn't give you guys any better news for the weather, but hopefully next week we can have a little bit better news. That's it for your weather, and I'll toss it on now to entertainment with Misa Nagase.
Happy International Polar Bear Day. Many people don't know that February 27 is International Polar Bear Day, a day to raise awareness about the conservation status of polar bears. Record high carbon dioxide levels is melting polar ice caps, with sea loss being the biggest threat to polar bears. This year, you can do a number of things to celebrate and help save our big furry friends. Polar Bears International is recording live Facebook chats all day with world experts on conservation and the environment, and are also hosting an Ask Me Anything thread on Reddit in regards to what it's like to work with polar bears. You can also get involved by posting your pictures to social media and using the hashtag International Polar Bear Day and save our sea ice. Back to warmer climates. The Oscars were held this Sunday, February 24, and had a number of surprises in its list of winners. Perhaps the most questioned choice was Green Book as Best Picture. When the film first hit theaters, it was criticized for upholding the white savior conceit, as well as portraying the black experience through white eyes. The film's controversy does not stop at what is on screen. During the time for Oscar nominations, Green Book director Peter Farrelly admitted to having sexually harassed people on the sets of Dumb and Dumber and Something About Mary. Along with these factors, the Green Book win was disappointing to many because of the other films that had been nominated. Films like Black Panther, Roma, and Black Klansman were much more supportive, diverse, and less controversial. Moving on to television, Kingdom, a South Korean zombie series, has premiered on Netflix. The show, directed by Kim Seong-hun, is making an impression as a great show for people who both love and hate zombie movies. Kingdom is set in 15th century Korea and follows the crown prince who has been exiled. His father, the king, has fallen ill with a disease that turned him into a flesh-craving monster, but is kept alive for political purposes. As the plague spreads, the Crown Prince does his best to travel throughout Korea and ward off the zombies. Kingdom's beautiful cinematography, impressive sets, and engaging screenplay make it the series a must-see.
Wow.
Go ahead.
No, I really thought Black Panther would win.
Yeah, I was really pleased with the Oscars overall just because of so much. There were so many people of color this year, so I love that. Join me after the break where I'll be interviewing an advocate for eating disorders and body acceptance.
And we will be introducing a new segment to BUTV News. See you in 2 minutes.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
This week, our reporter Joey Shimo went to the Fieldhouse Bar and Grill, the first stop on his senior bucket list.
Hello everyone, my name is Joey Shimo, and because this is my last semester at Bradley University, I will be starting a segment called Joey's Senior Bucket List. Today, for the first episode, we are at the Fieldhouse Bar and Grill to try one burger with 32 different sauces on it. Why? Because I want to. Let's go inside. Hello. Yes, I would love the build your own burger, 10 ounce, lettuce, tomato, onion, and 32 sauces, please.
32?
32 sauces, every single sauce, please.
On top of the sandwich?
On top. On top, please, yes.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much. What's your name?
Tessa?
And how long have you worked here, Tessa?
A year.
What do you think about someone ordering 32 sauces on one burger?
Sounds really gross.
You think it's going to taste equally as gross?
Yes, I think it's not going to be very good, and I'm going to be very surprised if you eat the whole thing.
Well, I am looking forward to it. All right, well, here is the 32 sauce burger. As you can tell, it's a lot soupier than I expected it. And since it's so soupy at the bottom, I'm not even sure where to pick it up. I'm just gonna go in, I guess. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sure it's very messy, but I mean, it doesn't taste that bad. I mean, of course it's spicy, yeah, but I mean, it doesn't taste that bad at all. Pretty good. Because there's 32 sauces on it, I can't really taste them all, but the two that I can taste are the habanero and the garlic, mostly. I'm not a huge fan of spice. Because there's 32 sauce, the last bite of the 32 sauce burger. Not bad. So the 32 sauce burger has been crossed off of the bucket list. I am gonna go home now and drink lots of milk because my lips are still on fire. For BUTV News, I'm Joey Shimo.
Thanks, Joey. Tonight, Bradley will be hosting Kelly Ushima, a popular advocate for eating disorders and body acceptance. She'll be joining members of the Body Project, which is part of the National Eating Disorders Association. Here to tell us more about tonight's event is Ashley Lucas, a programming intern with the Body Project. Hi, Ashley. So can you tell us more about basically what the Body Project is and how it began?
So the Body Project began in 2007. Dr. Jackie Hogan and Melissa Sage, who was a former wellness director, founded it, and it's basically a collaborative effort between students, faculty, and staff to raise awareness to our thin ideal in the culture and the negative impacts, such as eating disorders being one of the main ones.
Awesome. And I know that eating disorders among people is a really big taboo thing, but it's really serious. And so do you think you can give us possibly an estimate of how many people or what types of eating disorders people go through in their lifetime?
Yeah, so according to the National Eating Disorder Association, 30 million people in the United States will or have suffered from an eating disorder at some point in their life. Of all eating disorders, anorexia nervosa is the most deadly mental illness.
And I know that this week is National Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and I know the theme for this year is Come As You Are. So can you tell us a little bit more of what that really means?
So the National Association is really trying to move towards inclusivity and making everybody that has an eating disorder, whether overweight, underweight, whether they're just having body image acceptance issues, making sure that everybody's story is heard. So the Come As You Are is kind of their way of saying, like, share your story, share your struggles, and just be who you are. Don't think you can't share your story because it's not a certain way.
Interesting. And I know tonight, as I said before, Kelly is going to speak at the talk. And do you know of some topics or some of the main points that she'll be hitting about eating disorders that the crowd can really pick up on?
So I think her main focus is going to be social media and how it has impacted her journey in recovery and or triggering events. But also she will have a unique perspective from an Asian American woman and kind of how her journey might vary a little different than a typical white female that we are used to seeing.
And where is the talk being held tonight?
It's going to be in New Miller Hall at 7 p.m.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thanks for having me.
Tirza?
Yep. Thanks, Imani. Last Saturday evening, the Epsilon Sigma Alpha sorority prepared a dodgeball event in the Markin Center for anyone to participate in and support by donating for St. Jude. When greeted at the doors, each participant paid $5 for the cause in the event. The dodgeball tournament grants you a team of 6 that was named in any fashion team members saw fit, and each team provided $30 towards helping St. Jude. Besides the great support each participant happily gave to the sorority and St. Jude, the tournament also gave these people a chance to have friends come together and enjoy such an amazing day filled with excitement, snacks, and music to pump them up. A day such as this will be remembered for a long time. As much fun as this event was, we have a sorority member here to tell us why this event was so important.
So this event is our last fundraising event for ESA Heart St. Jude. So basically all month we've been raising money that'll go directly towards St. Jude, and St. Jude is a great cause.
If you would like to know more about the sorority or are interested in volunteering, visit www.epsilonsigmaalpha.org.
That game looked really intense. Up next, Larry Larson will tell us what's new with Bradley Sports.
Don't change the channel.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun. the sun.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
So, Monty, any change in your following sport habits?
Sadly, no, just because I'm, like I said last week, super busy, but I'm sure that'll change when I have more time.
Well, that's really unfortunate because it's a really exciting time of the year. It's almost March, which means it's almost basketball playoff time. But first, we start with track, who had their playoffs. Both men's and women's track teams headed to Northern Iowa over the weekend for the Missouri Valley Indoor Conference Championship, and both teams came away with some hardware. Senior Michael Ward won his second consecutive 5,000 and 3,000 meter titles. The men dominated the 3,000, with Braves finishing in first, second, third, fourth, and eighth. Highlights for the women included a first-place finish in the distance medley relay, and Mackenzie Altmaier took second in the 3,000. The teams will be off until the start of outdoor season in late March. After a frustrating loss to Drake, the men's basketball team looked to find their stride against the last-place Evansville Aces. Let's take a look at the highlights. Some young ones were in attendance at Carver Arena. They didn't go home disappointed. Early on in the first half, Dwayne Ladier Ogunlehe gets the three to rattle in, out, and back in. Later in the first half, Darryl Brown with a nice shot fake dish to Sean Henry with the jam. Later on in the game, Evansville keeping it close as KJ Riley knocks down the nice runner to keep Evansville in it. However, later on, D'Lo finds Elijah Childs, who plays some big boy basketball, jumps up for the slam. The Braves would hang on by a final of 63-61. Tonight, they'll take on Valparaiso as the team honors their 5 graduating seniors. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Over in women's action, after two consecutive road losses, the women's basketball team welcomed I-74 rival ISU to Renaissance Coliseum on Friday, looking to sweep the season series. I was in the house doing a little camera work for Braves Vision on the big venue boards. That camera's pretty heavy. I wasn't the only one doing a little heavy lifting, however. Shunsari Kent gets the nice teardrop floater to go. She had 10 points on the night. Shortly thereafter, the Braves getting the ball movement going as Chelsea Brackman finds Gabby Hawk, who drains the step-back long jumper. She also had 10 points. The Braves causing trouble on not only the offensive side, but the defensive side as Laisha Petrie picks off the pass. Second half was a close game, but Shunsari Kent again hits the dagger as the Braves closed out the victory 75-65. The team will also host Valparaiso tomorrow night at 7 and will welcome Loyola on Saturday for the season finale at 2 p.m. The team will honor their 2 seniors before they take on the Ramblers.
That's exciting. I have to tell you, I gotta get into it. I know.
It's
so
March,
do you. We'll do it together.
March.
We'll do it together.
March.
After the break, Tirza will tell you about all the upcoming events coming to Bradley, and we will have a special performance by Jamal Stevenson.
All right, you stuck with us this long. You just need to make it through one more set of commercials. Don't disappoint me.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. but I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
So good to see you guys.
So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
You're not sitting here.
Yes, I am.
Move! Give it to him hard!
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Thanks for sticking with us. All right, let's see what's coming to Bradley. Want to enjoy a healthy meal with some great company? Come join the women of Sigma Lambda Gamma sorority on February 28th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Subway, located in Campus Town. Plus, no flyer is required. Simply show up and purchase your meal. On Friday, you can support children's literacy with a potato bar. For just $5, you can make your own potato dinner with a variety of toppings while supporting a great cause. Ask any Pi Phi for a ticket or buy one at the door. The siblings, cousins, nieces, nephews, and other family members or friends of current Bradley students are invited to come to campus for a variety of fun events and entertainment March 1st through 3rd. Highlights include a movie night, Bradley athletics, activities in the Markin Center, and a theater performance. Well, that's it for BUTV News this week. I'm Tirza Sprigella.
I'm Larry Larson.
I'm Misa Nagase.
I'm Keegan Burkhart.
And I'm Imani Shamsuddin. And now we leave you with a performance tonight of 21 Hours by Jamal Stevenson. See you soon, and don't forget to be brave.
Yeah. Word. I had the shackles that cover my ankles, the chains on my body. Yeah. Hey. I had the shackles that cover my ankles, the chains on my body. Yeah. Hey. I had that orange on. That's Echo County. Hey. I had the shackles that cover my ankles, the chains on my body. Yeah. I remember walking into that cell armed robbery. Yeah. Hey. It was so trifling, I really was starving. So I called my bird up and told her what happened. She called the lawyer and I called my brother and told him they got me, yeah. He said, bro, what was you doing? I said I was driving, hey. Then they pulled me over like 6 deep and they started wilding, hey. I had my phone on my lap with the black case and I promise you I didn't touch it. I told him he tripping and got to my person before I could finish. He just interrupted, told me to shut up and get out the vehicle. Go slowly cause he do not trust me. If I make a move, my life I will lose. So they handcuffed me abruptly. We got to the jailhouse. Then they started to ask, hey, what was you doing down in Santa Fe with a gun and a mask? Ay, I told them they tripping and got them one person and started to laugh. Ay, I told them go look at the pics on my phone, that's where I was at. Ay, they wasn't listening, so I was sitting and thinking like, this could be it. They really put people in prison off one little thing, that's it, no hard evidence, I ain't giving up. Ay, I swear on my life, my brother know I'm innocent. For 21 hours, I sat in that cell for 21 hours, I felt like, ay, we got orange on. That's Echo County, yeah. I had the shackles that cover my ankles, the chains on my body, yeah. Ay, I remember walking into that cell armed robbery. Ay, it was so trifling, I really was starving, yeah. Ay, really was starving, ay, really was starving, ay. I had the shackles that cover my ankles, the chains on my body, yeah. Ay, I really was starving, ay, really was starving, yeah. I had the shackles that cover my ankles.